makes me I wonder is what if White Beast will have been thrown off from fighting a different Phonon before this, or if White Beast is going to be able to just plug right back into the Batista code, so to speak. Because as we saw last time, Omicron Austin wasn't able to even crack what to do against Batista.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it's interesting because Austin had the chance to actually watch. Klim versus...
That's very true.
Yeah.
So there's some more data out there where maybe Omicron Austin was able to pull some information from.
Yeah, definitely. He had time to kind of formulate a game plan now, and I think being able to execute it would be really important, being able to get his dash blocks and being able to just kind of run his plan.
No, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out differently. And we have seen a lot of Phonon, so I'm not sure what else we can say about Phonon. We've seen Batista come up here a couple of times.
I could talk about Phonon all day.
Oh, I'm sure you could. That's true. That's true. Well, then by all means, please.
Yeah, this matchup seems fairly even, though. I think it's a little bit harder for Batista if Phonon is running her plan correctly.
All right, Omicron Austin, you got to keep breathing. You have to stay calm. You will only do this if you can stay calm.
I think he can do it. I also think that White Beast has a very good chance of also doing it as well. He did it before.
Yep.
And he had a chance to, play against a really strong Phonon.
Yes.
So he has a lot of information from that as well.
And this is on this is losers finals. So this is 3 out of 5 again. Yep. All right. So we are back at it. Batista gets the opening wins the start of the engagement, and so White Beast is running the plan here, laying down those gems, and Omicron Austin is going to have to figure this out.
You saw Austin, he did definitely try to push the button during B-drill, which is actually something that Klim punished a lot in his last set, so he's very aware. He has a lot more information to go off of now. It's just the execution.
You're going to hear that phrase, B-drill. It's not just a Pokemon. That is specific to Batista's dive kick type thing. Her B version of the drill, she can do it at very low altitude, which is, there are some instances where if you don't know how to deal with it, it seems very oppressive.
Right.
But there are gaps and ways to deal with B-drill that shut it off from being as much of a tool as it first appears to be.
Yeah.
So, and Klim, as you pointed out, was doing excellent work against B-drill.
Right.
So we'll have to see how Omicron Austin is doing in comparison there.
Yeah, with the B-drill, you do the drill into a kick, and in between that time of the drill and the kick is when you can punish. And so you saw there, Austin definitely tried to get that timing down.
Yeah. There was a whole lot of talk about B-drill, and we understand a lot of other time has passed, but, trying to educate everybody out there. Batista takes round 1. White Beast able to, but that did look a lot closer than the previous games between Omicron Austin and White Beast. So Omicron Austin is learning, and this is a loser's final set, so there's a lot of time to try to learn here and try to get at least a game in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, good throw.
Oh, I love shield.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying jump in shield. It seemed kind of risky, but it paid off. He got in close to Batista.
Yeah,
got to start his pressure.
Yeah, I was going to say I liked the little micro channel from White Beast just to win the Vorpal cycle there. Ooh, does it again and wins the Vorpal cycle just barely. Ooh, I love it. Yeah, give whatever 5K combos. Nah, just the right time of channeling to win Vorpal cycle by the tiniest smidgen. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I kind of feel like White Beast's awareness of the grid cycle is really good.
Yeah, doing a very good job of playing around the time here. And with a zoning character like Batista, that's something where if you have any information to inform when or where your opponent might try to make a move, it makes your zoning game that much more potent.
Right.
Because then they're going to want to get in at the 30-second mark versus the 32-second mark, so then I can throw my fireball here instead of there, or whatever. Every frame matters.
Every second matters, like you said yesterday as well.
It's extremely true. I love it. It's a beautiful game.
16 seconds, 15 seconds on the clock now.
Ooh,
interesting.
What was that?
VO choice. Might have been a mistake. Austin definitely shrugged his shoulders and smiled, so I don't think he meant to do that.
That was an interesting choice there. The only thing I can think of is if Omicron Austin was looking at the clock and thinking, I have to find some way to get some damage, and thought, well, I'll veil off and I'll see what I can do, because maybe I get the break and then maybe I can go for something, or what. That's all I can think of.
Yeah,
or
that's definitely a possibility.
Maybe a bad input, which also just happens.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like he's taking time to think about the matchup, though.
That's good. Yes, think. Take your time. Take a think. Breathe.
Take a think. How do you think he needs to adjust now going to this game, too?
So he's taking risks on, at least this is my gauging of it. I don't know Phonon as well. It seems like he's taking risks on trying to find where he can get in the gaps there and get openings, except it's not working out. But it's really tough because he has to take the risk to figure out where those openings are right now, and he doesn't have time to I guess finding ways to take low risk attempts to break up the pressure. But it seems like it's all high risk when you're fighting a player of White Beast's caliber, and they can convert all of these little tiny touches into appreciable results.
Right, yeah, because he's aware of the gaps.
Yeah, and he's trying to, like, just because, yeah, fighting games are hard, so just being aware of the gaps. You know this.
Fighting games are hard.
You know
like
this. So, like, just being aware of the gaps, it's still really hard to have the exact right input about where you're pressing your buttons to try to press those gaps once you can see them.
Right.
And so I think what Omicron Austin has to do here is be very careful about when and where the risks are being pushed so that it's minimizing the damage if it's a bad risk.
Ooh, unfortunately he just got caught.
Yeah.
Not
there we go.
There.
Here we go. This is good results here. Doesn't have Vorpal, but does have 200 meter. Only 20 seconds left on the clock here, though, so the pressure is on.
Ooh, dash, jab.
Oh, okay.
Very strong.
I think Omicron Austin is potentially whiffing too many buttons at unsafe ranges, because we're seeing Batista get a lot of whiff punishes just on, like, where Omicron Austin thinks that they can rebeat safely compared to other characters or other people's pressure.
Yeah.
But Batista's still able to, like, catch with, like, a 5A or something like that. That's what was able to close out that previous round.
Yeah.
So that might be a factor of it as well. Now I'm trying to be, like, very deliberate about this watching.
I think that Omicron Austin, he's doing well. He's, like, putting on pressure, and he's kind of running his game plan. But it's just he's getting kind of clipped by random things like that, like the laser and the ball.
He had the life advantage right there, but as you pointed out, though, the life advantage just went away just from getting clipped by a ball and a laser.
Yeah.
And then, like, right here, now back to full screen again, and White Beast able to run their plan.
Yeah, I think he's
what we're not seeing as much of that Klim was doing? We're not seeing EXDP in the gaps of the crystals.
Oh, you're right. It's a very hard thing to react to if you're not looking for it or if you're not anticipating it.
Oh, sure. 100%. I'm right there with you. I'm just, like, running through my head, like, what were the differences that I know of when we saw Klim versus when we saw this, because the same character. So I'm just wondering. Ooh, that's a big juicy grid break there. And actually, if this combo is timed just right and timed just appropriately enough, it should.
All right, what? Oh, yep.
And this stops the clock. Okay,
right.
So there's 4 seconds on the board here still after this is over. So this match is. Omicron Austin has to be very careful here.
Low? Oh, jump back.
Oh my God. Oh, my heart. Whew. Whew. I'm, like, checking the crowd behind me because I heard everybody, like, oh. That was amazing. That was so close. And yeah, that's what I was talking about there, because I thought that IWEX would run past the clock. It stops the clock.
Right.
I didn't. Okay, cool. That's how it worked. I knew it was something. I was talking about that yesterday, and I couldn't remember exactly how it worked out. This game has some interesting clock manipulation.
It does, yeah. I think if you, like, parry as Akatsuki, that, like, freezes the clock for a second, too.
What a weird. Wow, that's a whole lot of gems. Are they gems? Are they crystals that when Batista puts them out?
I don't know. I call them steins.
Steins?
Yeah, kind of like Moo from Blaze Blue. I think she puts
Oh,
out
okay,
steins.
cool. I'm
I
with you.
don't actually know what they're supposed to be, but another grid break from Austin.
And that was the jump C for the grid break, too, which was the same thing that it was last time as well.
There's a lot of information there about how White Beast is approaching this matchup defensively, I think.
Ooh, goes for the
1AD.
That gets hit by the. Oh yes, good call with the calling out the OSs. I'm not as fluent in applying the OSs, so I get hesitant to discuss them as much.
I am not good at OSs either, but
nice. Yeah. So So this match here is getting a little down to the wire here. I'll talk about OSs in a moment. There's the B drill that we were talking about.
That should kill.
That's gonna kill. All right, so we were talking about the OSs there. In this game, there's a couple of different OSs you can do around your crouching animation and dealing with block stun that are OSing a normal button and throw much of the time, or normal button and shield. So we're not talking about it a ton on the mic here, but it's absolutely something that advanced players are doing, and I guarantee you these players are doing some of this right now.
And 1AD in particular, that's essentially that's crouching and then hitting grab grab.
Yeah.
And you're just getting out shield. And that's a game, or that's a mechanic that, like, goes through a bunch of games where you just, like, crouch tech.
Yep.
And so in this game, that's not actually super great to, like, have in your muscle memory, and people can abuse that and definitely grid break you with grabs or with overheads like you saw. Yeah,
some of the other OSs you can do 3 AD and C or B, and you get your anti-air button, or you get a throw tech.
I mean, my character, I only have force function.
Oh, gotcha.
That I know of.
Gotcha, yeah.
That I know how to implement.
And like I said,
So,
I'm only halfway fluent in this, so please stream, don't blow me up too hard if I'm misspeaking here. There's a whole there's a couple of really good write-ups out there about the OSs in Under Night, and actually, if you're a player who wants to level up their defense, getting a really good understanding of those OSs will help you out big time. But back to the match here, though. We've got White Beast versus Omicron Austin.
Using the fireball to change its projectile.
And White Beast is sitting on 2 wins here so far. Wow, whatever that adjustment was, seemed to be working out okay, at least in that combo. That was about 4K damage, and
good shields from White Beast, though, because he definitely won Vorpal last cycle.
I like that dash-up throw there, too, because if we recall correctly, that was what messed up White Beast against Klim, those dash-up throws at the end.
Yep.
So White Beast is able to get rid of that life discrepancy. Ooh, gets caught by the Beedrill. White Beast able to even up that life discrepancy pretty quickly there, and that's going to be the round.
Yeah,
oh, that was looking really good for Omicron Austin for a minute.
It was, yeah, and I think Omicron Austin might be feeling the nerves a little bit.
I saw Omicron going into their phone in between the matches, so maybe checking some data, or maybe somebody shot a message like,
Yo, check this out.
Yo, the Beedrill is fake. So, not totally sure, but hopefully it works out, though. I do see Omicron Austin playing with a little bit of a different style, though. I think he was, in the first couple games, trying to play around the Batista style, but now I think, even though it's not working out now, Omicron Austin seemed like they were playing more comfortable, even if it's not working out. Which, honestly, if you've been trying to play patient and deliberate for the first 2 games and it wasn't working out and you weren't able to pull together any wins, then once you get to the 3rd game, trying something a little bit different because you may as well, kind of makes some sense to me.
Yeah, you can kind of see. He's definitely willing to jump a little bit more, kind of like push buttons a little bit more.
Yeah, a little hoppier.
Yeah.
Ooh, that throw. Oh, too much patience, too much patience. That's it. White Beast takes it. Omicron Austin